Right, so some great news for hockey players in South Africa. They will join the world's elite in the FIH Men's Hockey Pro League next year after several teams pulled out of the season due to COVID-19. Of course, this is a great opportunity for South Africa, and Canada will join the third edition of the league, replacing Australia and New Zealand, who pulled out of the current season due to COVID-related travel restrictions. For more on this, we are joined by assistant coach Sihle Ntuli. Sihle, good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, of course, COVID-19 has come with a lot of bad news, but it seems it's brought some opportunity for South Africa. So good news there. How excited were the players when they received this news?
Morning, Nicole. Thanks for having me again this morning. No, it's pros and cons to everything. So the last 24 months have been very difficult for hockey in general, but it seems like for us this time around, we've received some good news. So there's plenty of excitement across the full squad, players and staff involved. So yeah, a lot of excitement and looking forward to it.
So now that the team has made it here, what is South Africa's goal or target for their debut?
Yeah, so our first fixture is actually coming up very soon now in February against the Dutch hockey team, the men's Dutch team, and then obviously that's going to be very difficult. But for us, the objective is always to just compete and get ourselves out there and get as much exposure as possible for our sport, and not just the men's game, but hockey in general, the women included. So we know it's a massive opportunity, and we know with the opportunity comes with exposure comes a lot of opportunity. So we're looking forward to testing ourselves. We've had a very good calendar year in 2021 if we look back at the Olympics, and there's a lot of confidence in the squad. So yeah, everyone's just excited to get back on it.
Just for the benefit of our viewers, Sihle, can you please just explain this for us? South Africa was granted temporary participation. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, Nicole, it's exactly that, I guess. It's temporary for the season of 2022 due to COVID reasons. So I think I heard you mention earlier already that the teams like New Zealand and Australia have taken the decision to withdraw from the tournament. And therefore that granted us an opportunity to get an invite. And yeah, whilst it's temporary, we never know. Maybe if we have a good stint and and compete really well, which we're hoping to do, maybe it becomes permanent. So for us, it's just to go one game at a time and get through this season. And whatever decisions are made by the FIH at the end of the season or end of the year, that's up to them.
Do you think this opportunity, Sihle, will provide or rather translate to further development at international level? I think across all sporting codes, the one thing we're always talking about is development. And do you think this will do exactly that?
Absolutely, Nicole. I mean, like I said, now, just this past year, we've been very fortunate under the circumstances to still get a lot of hockey in. If we look at our men's senior team, obviously being able to travel to Tokyo, the Olympic Games earlier in the year, and do very well. And that sent a lot of excitement across the country. And we can see that in numbers and just the hockey conversation throughout our hockey community. And just more recently, our Ace Under 21 boys team coming back from India. So we always see that difference after major tournaments, and we're hoping this will do the same. Just grow the game across all boards, and spaces across our country. And yeah, I have no doubt that the Hockey League will do the same thing, especially with the amount of TV coverage that it should get, and I think it will get. So there's a lot of excitement about the growth of our sport with the exposure and opportunity that we're going to be getting.
And talking about that growth, Sihle, hockey is still seen as an elite sport in many regions in South Africa still. So what are some of the initiatives that you guys currently have in place or you're thinking to incorporate to ensure that we get hockey to all across South Africa and make it more accessible and not only have it be an elite sport for certain people?
Yeah, no, absolutely. There definitely is that perception. And I think there's valid reasoning for those views. I was actually asked this question a couple of days ago, and I happily and very confidently said that I think the transformation and how our game has taken a turn for the better over the last couple of years under the current South African Hockey Association leadership is very exciting to see. I just got back from India 3 days ago with the national junior team, and we've got representation from really across the country. So yeah, a lot of development programs are being run in previously disadvantaged communities. And yeah, I know the national teams, and like I said, I can speak for the women as well. Every opportunity we get, I know the last 2 years has been difficult for obvious reasons. You know, every time we're together, you're in some sort of bubble. But in the past, you know, we've made efforts to get out there and engage with the community, and our game really is taking a turn for the better. So we hope that moments like these and exposure and opportunities like these for the kids that we get to meet and I think inspire, they can see us performing and performing well on the national stage, and hopefully that grows the game even bigger.
Sihle, very quickly before we go, we are out of time, but I have to squeeze this one in. When the hockey team went to the Olympics, they also had to go ahead and raise their own funds. So I'm quite interested to know what's happening with them in terms of sponsorship. Have you guys managed to secure any new deals? I know it has been a tough period with COVID-19, but just the other day we saw Investec throwing more money into golf. They've extended their sponsorship there. So are we seeing that happening with you as well?
Nicole, yeah, not much has changed, if I must be honest, from a financial backing. So yeah, not much has changed over the last 4 months, 5 months since the Olympic Games. We do have support here and there. If I look at the Northwest University, for example, that is where, for all of our contact time as a squad, we base ourselves out of Potchefstroom. They've been very helpful with, you know, with hosting us and accommodating us and allowing us to use their facilities when we get together. In terms of a national sponsorship for the team, a financial backing, we're still not winning that battle, and that makes it very difficult, as you know. So yeah, anyone out there who's looking to back a very committed group of young men and staff who are really trying to make a difference for our game in the country, we're always willing and looking forward to any assistance possible.
Sihle, thank you so much for your time. We're going to have to leave it there for now. We'll have more sport for you later. Rupiwa and Faith, back to you.
Thanks very much.